I have a problem. See, I like making really big builds in my world, but these are what my material chests look like. Yeah, that's not good. That's why in today's video, we are going to be building the 17 best farms in survival Minecraft. So make sure you stay around to the end of the video and see what crazy farms we make. But first, we gotta find a spot to put all these farms. So... oh shoot, dang, another mushroom island? That's crazy. Oh, and an ocean monument? Wait, this island's perfect too. I think this is the spot. So I destroyed all the mushrooms on the island to clean it up a bit. And then decided to replace all the mycelium with grass. And that only took about 5 hours? What? I did not think it was going to take that long. I knew it was going to take a bit, but holy smokes. Alright, now with all the grass placed on the island, I think it's time to start building the first farm. For the first farm, we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to make a sugarcane and bamboo farm. I mean, we have the sugarcane farm over here, but it's not automatic, and we can't be having that. To get the materials, I just went through chests and found stuff I already had, and mined for some building blocks. And just like that, those are all the materials we need to build the bamboo and the sugarcane farm. So let's get our first 2 farms done. These first 2 farms here are probably the simplest farms that are going to be built in this video. As the video progresses, the farms are just going to get harder and harder to build, but their functions will also be cooler and cooler. Well, what are these farms, you may ask? Well, you're gonna have to stick around and figure that out. Alright, that is now both the sugarcane and the bamboo farm done. Let's just check how much we've gotten. Oh yeah, look at that. How much do we have here? Oh, perfect. Yeah, we're never running out of bamboo and sugarcane. And now let's get to work on building our third farm. Our third farm is gonna be a moss farm, and this moss farm is gonna supply us with all of the bone meal and moss blocks we're ever gonna need. And for that, we need some materials like glass, building blocks, redstone, chest, sticky piston, stone, redstone torch, hoppers, regular pistons, stone stairs, bone meal, repeaters, trapdoors, composters, some quartz to make comparators, and some observers, 2 buckets of lava, 2 buckets of water, some moss blocks, a dropper, a dispenser, and a lever. And that's everything that we need to build the moss farm. Oh my zombies! What is this? Oh my oh my... oh! What is this? Oh, yo, how many zombies was that? Oh my gosh. But before we build this farm, I'm running really low on redstone. Let's grab a brewing stand, bring our emerald box over to the villagers, because we need to get a cleric. The clerics trade emeralds for redstone, and since I don't really want to go mining for redstone, I'm just gonna trade for it. There we go. This is the guy here. After about 15 stacks of emerald blocks and like 50 levels, we have an entire shulker box of redstone blocks. Hope we don't run out anytime soon. Right, Gerald? This moss farm was designed by Basic Redstone, and it produces about 21,100 items per hour. So I eventually did make an auto sorter for this. I didn't show it in the replay, because I did it after I started running it a bit, because the chest filled up pretty quick. But I'll link the tutorial to this video in the description, along with most of the other ones I used in this video. Alright, that should now be the entire bone meal farm done. Let's look it on and make sure it works. Okay, stuff is happening. Oh. Hey, it's working! As you can see in these chests, there's a lot of random stuff going through, so I'm gonna build a quick auto sorter for all this. So... and just like that, the auto sorter is done. So let's turn the farm on and make sure it all works. Okay, so the water goes down. There's that all in. Most of it's gonna go to the bone. It's stuck. It's probably fine, right? And I think the next one we need, all these observers and pistons and stuff. I'm running out of cobblestone, you know? So I think a cobblestone farm will be very useful to help like build the rest of these farms. So let's just gather some materials real quick, like cobblestone for the cobblestone farm, and then a ton of wood. Isn't this just music to you guys' ears? And all that wood is just to make some chests. Next, I need a bunch of blocks, so I head over to my mine. See, this drop kills me. There's only one way to see. That almost killed me! And that's all the blocks we need. Next we need some glass, bunch of hoppers, some leaves, a bit of redstone, a bunch of pistons, some glass panes, a couple redstone torches, and then we need some ice. But I actually don't have any ice, so I gotta fly away and find an ice spikes bomb and then mine a bunch up. Alright, all that mining for a single stack of packed ice to go towards the farm. Anyways, now we have everything to build this cobblestone farm. This cobblestone farm is designed by Shulkercraft, and it produces about 207,000 cobblestone per hour. This is one of the more complicated farms. I have no idea how it works. I'm so glad that these people know how to do redstone, because I would be so lost if I tried to make this. Okay, now that should be the cobblestone farm done. Does it work? I don't know, I haven't tested it yet. This TNT scares me a little bit in case this all blows up. I think we just flick this lever and hope it works. Let's see. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait. Is it all working? I think it's working. I think it works. Cool. So we flick it off and then the TNT stops coming. Cool. After just that little bit, let's see how much. Oh, look at that. 3 stacks on that side, 3 stacks on the. Wow, this actually works very well. Cool. I'm happy with this. It's cool. The next farm I'm gonna build is the biggest one so far, the Guardian farm, and we're gonna use this ocean monument right here. Even though this farm doesn't have very many materials, you guys have already seen me collect a lot of materials. So with a little bit of this. And some movie editing magic, we now have everything to build this Guardian farm. So let's get building. This Guardian farm produces around 180,000 XP per hour and 90,000 drops per hour. This farm was designed by ENX04 and is an incredible design. For the minimal amount of materials that this farm takes, it works just so well. And this farm is going to be my main XP farm in this world. Ooh, it's working. Look at all the Guardians. Oh my gosh. Now let's see how well it actually works though. Wow, that is insane. Alright, this is taking a while, so let's speed this up. This is an incredibly simple cactus farm where just once the cactus grows 1 block, it gets broken by the fence. This farm is designed by me, they're not that hard to build. Once the cactus breaks, it drops down into the water stream below and gets collected into the chests. Next farm we got is an obsidian farm designed by ENX04. This produces around 32,000 obsidian per hour and utilizes wither mechanics where when it gets angered, it breaks blocks beneath it. I kind of get how this works, but again, these guys are just geniuses. The next farm I'm going to build is probably going to be a big one, the gold farm. If we load the schematic here real quick, we have a lot of materials that we have to gather, like 10,000 magma blocks, some glass, obsidian, black stained glass. So we got some collecting to do. So I guess we'll start off with the magma blocks. One of the final materials I need for this gold farm are honey blocks. So I went out and gathered some beehives. Then I brought the hives home to breed the bees. Since there's flowers inside this glass dome I built, the bees are able to pollinate and make me able to farm infinite honey and honeycomb. And I think that's everything to build the gold farm. So let's build this thing. The gold farm I'm building here was designed by Dash Pump 4. And the second part of this farm, which is the bartering farm, was designed by Potato Noir. I probably didn't say that right, but I combined these 2 different farms myself to make it fully functional and automatic. They're both great farms, and shout out to these guys. The actual gold farm here produces around 225,000 items per hour, but when that's converted into gold blocks, this is around 1,650. And the other part of the farm, the bartering farm, produces around 73,000 items per hour, which is all traded through the piglets. Alright, so I have some good news and some bad news. Good news is the farm is working great, right? See? items drop down, they get booted, and they go onto this thing, and then boom, whoosh. Right, and then the gold goes into here. You can see it happen. Gets dispensed out, and then the piglins trade, and the items go, and they get auto-sorted. Bad news, I forgot to press record while building like all of this. So that's on me. I'm an idiot. But hey, the farm is working good. Let's just check out the drops that we have in the bartering farm so far. With this bartering farm, I can switch it between a gold mode and a bartering mode. Right now I have it on the bartering mode, so we can get all these beautiful drops. But oh, they're already all coming through. Auto sorter for those. Okay. Nice. So good. So next very useful build. It's not really a farm, but I think it would go really good. I cleared out a little spot here, and we're gonna build a super smelter. I have one that I built in another world right here. It works very well, so I'm just gonna gather the materials real quick. It's pretty cheap to build. It just includes some stuff like some building blocks, a ton of hoppers, and you also need a bunch of powered rails. But thanks to the gold farm we built earlier, this isn't gonna be too hard. That is way too many. Whoops. And then we'll transfer some glass, and with the bone meal from the moss farm, we can make that into white glass, and about 3 stacks of it. And of course, what's a super smelter without a ton of furnaces? No! No, we gotta fix that right now. We gotta get trapdoors. Can't be having the young ones die. What? Anyways, pistons, which can be turned into sticky pistons. A lot of detector rails, dude. And then we can head over to the end, and we can grab some obsidian from the obsidian farm we built earlier. I know on the side of my screen it says I only need 4, but I'm not coming back here anytime soon. So, and let's speed the rest of this up. Rails, chests, chests, regular trapdoors, bone meal, and some preservers, money, and finally, soul sand. Whew. And that should be everything to build this solo super smelter over here. The day that I make my storage system is going to be a good day. This super smelter design was created by Shady J. It is a very fast and compact 64 furnace array smelter, and it works great. And now that the super smelter is built, we need fuel for it. Because, you know, furnaces don't run without fuel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to build an automatic kelp farm somewhere over here that automatically crafts dried kelp into dried kelp blocks, which is a very good fuel source. And it's going to be pretty similar to like one of the sugarcane and bamboo farms. So we're just going to need materials like that. So I'm going to just build this up real quick. So editing Ryonk here, I low-key forgot to record me building this farm, but we got it done. So yeah. So that's the kelp farm done, and I've been AFKing here a little bit. We got a bunch in here. I did fill all these chests. There's been a lot of kelp, but now we have enough fuel to run this farm, make sure it works. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over here to the cactus farm we built earlier in the video and grab some cactus, just a bunch of it. And if this farm works correctly, it should all smelt down into green dye. Alright, with a couple little tweaks, I got it working. The minecarts are now going through. We can see there's a ton of green dye coming through here. Going up here, up the bubble elevator, and it did these chests. Yeah, you can see in here there's a ton of green dye now. Beautiful. It's working great. And that is 2 more farms done. I know the super smelter isn't really a farm, but I'm gonna count it as one because, you know, it's an automatic necessity, which is basically what a farm is. The next farm that is going to be built is a slime farm. One of the more useful farms, but in older versions, you had to fly around and find a good slime chunk and then, you know, dig out the whole chunk. But with the introduction of 1.21 and the oozing potion, we can do something quite amazing where you don't even have to find a slime chunk. You can just build it anywhere. And so that's what we're going to do. It's a pretty cheap farm to make. So just like that, those are the materials we need to build the actual farm. But there is still one thing we're missing, and that is a lays. I have a couple of lays over at my base, so we'll go ahead over there. They're in here. They should be in this farm right here. Yeah, they're right in there. Just gotta figure out how to get them out without them going everywhere. Let me go find some leads. Okay, didn't find any, but we can make some. Bam. That should be enough. Let's hope this doesn't go horribly. All right, and boom. There's a lot of lays. I think that's all of them. Okay. Oh my god! What just happened? Come on. Oh my gosh, I forgot that they just follow you around. You don't even need them on here. Okay. Oh my gosh, look at all the allays. Do they go through portals? Is the real question. Yes, they do. Try to get them all in the lead. Alright, with the allays here, I think we're going to build a farm now. Let's get building. The slime farm I'm building here was designed by iCraftMC. It produces around 40,000 slime balls per hour, which is a lot better than some of the farms you have to mine out a whole chunk for, which is kind of crazy. This farm utilizes allays being infinitely damaged, then being splashed with infestation potions, which spawns tons of silverfish. Then those silverfish are splashed with oozing potions, which then upon death spawns a ton of slimes. And then those slimes are killed to get slime balls. That is the full slime farm built. Kind of looks weird. I really don't know how I'm going to decorate this. This is very weird shape. But we just had to get these guys into where that campfire is. I know, so just like that, they are all in there getting killed to their demise. But yeah, that took a bit. They're all in there. Now we just have to brew up the oozing and infestation potions. And then the farm is ready to go. That is all of the potions brewed up. And then all the potions need to go in these chests for the farm to actually run. Let's see if it works. We gotta wait for them to get splashed. Okay. So that should do that. Which spawns silverfish. Okay. They all get trapped in there. Splashes them. And they all turn. Oh, these. Okay, that works really well. And then it just turns them all into slime blocks, and yeah. I actually didn't think that was gonna work. So let's just AFK this for a little bit and see how well it actually works.
8 hours later.
Alright, so it's been about an hour. How many do we have? Oh my gosh! That is crazy. Well, I guess you can say we can stick to this farm now. No? Oh, okay. So the next farm I want to build is one that we already have in this world, being the general mob farm and the creeper farm. But it takes a long time to get over here, and I don't want to fly over here every single time. So I think I'm just going to build another one at the farming island. Because, you know, this one works very well, but it's just really far. So I'm going to go build this exact thing over at the farming island. The materials for this are very simple. I just need a lot of stone, a bunch of glass, and a couple other things. This mob farm here was an original design by Sugarcraft that I took and tweaked so that one side of the farm would only spawn creepers, and the other side, which is Sugarcraft's design, spawns all types of mobs like skeletons, creepers, spiders, zombies, and stuff like that. Alright, that is officially the the quad mob farm done. I was originally only going to build 2 of these, but I got a little carried away. I already had the materials, so I built 4. 2 just gunpowder, and then 2 like all mob farms. Then I cleared some water out with some sponges we got from some ocean monuments. And I made some auto sorters here for all of the general mob loot. And yeah, that is another farm. Ooh, some sorters in here. What the hell? Can't be having that. I just got splashed with poison. Oh my goodness. You know what? I think I'm gonna turn these chests so they're a little more viable for where I am. Alright, that's much better. And the final farm that I want to build on this island is a fully self-sustaining nether tree farm. And this thing looks crazy. I'm using a mod called Lightmatica right now. I've used it for a lot of the farms I built in this video. I have no clue what's going on. This looks insane. And take a look at the material list for this. There's a lot of stuff that we got to get. So that is that incredibly long list of materials collected. Let's start building this monstrosity. Hopefully I don't mess the whole thing up four times. Right? That's not gonna happen, right? This nether tree farm designed by Nicole self-sustains itself by having multiple moss farms, which are being built on the right now, and the fastest fungus farm, both connected to it by water streams. The fungus is automatically dispensed to the player and then is placed and spammed by bone meal to create the nether trees. The fungus farm produces over 132,000 items per hour, which is way more than enough to run the free farm. The actual tree farm produces 100,000 logs per hour and 3,600 shroom lights per hour. And done. That is the farm complete. Does it work? I don't know. We're gonna find out together. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that this is the on switch for everything, but I need to go grab some fungus so I can plant it. So let's head into the Nether real quick, and we gotta find a warp biome. Pretty sure there's one this way, if I remember correctly. Oh, there it is. I see it. Let me just grab some of these. Alright, this is probably enough. Let's head back to the portal now. So I already loaded up the farm with everything it needs to start running, but hopefully all the other farms work so that it stays running. I haven't tested it yet. I don't know, but okay, let's just try this. Let's take these out. Flip this. Oh, I think it's working. Oh, it is. I might have. Okay, it's very laggy. That's probably good. Let's flick it off now. Yeah, I think it works. Here, let's check out the storage. See how many of that just a little bit got me. Storage. Yeah. Whoa. That's not even bad. All right, this works really good. Wow. And that's going to be the last farm of the video. But yeah, we got a lot of farms done. This video took a long time. As you can see in the top left corner, we're at about day 500. This video took forever. If you guys could leave a like and subscribe, it would mean so much to me. I'm really trying to grow. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers by the end of the summer. Can we do it? Probably. You guys got that, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch y'all later.